My colleague Sandeep Punithan is in Israel and he gets us this latest ground report. Take a look.
Hezbollah launched a ballistic missile against Tel Aviv. It's the first time it's done so in recent months. The city is on full alert. There are helicopter gunships flying around. There were sirens in the morning when we woke up. And in fact, this is a new phase of war that Israel has begun. They've launched Operation Northern Arrows a few days back, which is the intensification of Israel's air-to-ground bombardment of Hezbollah targets inside southern Lebanon. Hezbollah has been shelling and targeting, rocketing civilians in northern Israel. Israel wants that to end. It wants to have Hezbollah go north of the Litani River so that there is no danger to Israeli civilians. The whole region is tense right now because everyone anticipates a possible Israeli ground invasion of southern Lebanon. And if that happens, the region is going to go into a fresh spiral of conflict. And this comes nearly 1 year after Hamas launched its devastating attack on Israeli civilians on the 7th of October 2023.
And now we have Sandeep Punithan joining us on the phone line straight from Israel. Sandeep, talk to us. What is the latest you're picking up at this stage? Looks like the focus is clearly shifting away from Gaza to Lebanon.
Krishna, the term precipice is used rather loosely for the Middle East, but I can tell you one thing. The region, the entire Middle East is on the edge of a precipice right now. Israeli airplanes have been striking at Hezbollah targets north of Israel into Lebanon. There's an operation called Operation Northern Arrows that has just been launched a few days back. There are airstrikes of the kind that Israel has not resorted to in the last couple of months. Extremely heavy bombardment. Over thousands of airstrikes have been reported. And the danger is that the third Lebanon war could start any moment now. The first Lebanon war, of course, is in 1979 when Israeli ground forces entered Lebanon. The second Lebanon war was in 2006 when Israeli forces once again entered southern Lebanon to attack Hezbollah. And today we are in 2024 at the precipice of what could be a third Lebanon war, which is Israeli ground forces entering Lebanon with tanks, artillery, and of course, foot soldiers. The Israeli army chief yesterday mentioned that they were going to start ground offensives, ground maneuvers very soon. And that is the reason that several foreign countries have been evacuating their nationals out of Lebanon. There's a kind of an emergency there. Foreign powers, like the Western nations, have asked for a 21-day ceasefire, but Israel is literally going ahead. They have completely planned to take out Hezbollah's military warfighting potential in southern Lebanon. And what we are hearing from all the Israeli people that we've spoken to around in Israel, they're saying that, look, October 7th was a new it was a new flashpoint for us. It was a new red line that had been crossed where our civilians were being targeted in a way that they hadn't been in previous years. And now, as the first anniversary of the October 7th attack approaches, their aim is to keep their civilians safe. They want civilians of northern Israel who've been relentlessly targeted by Hezbollah rocket attacks. They want those civilians to come back to their houses. Something like 60,000 to 70,000 Israeli civilians have been displaced inside Israel. It's the largest number of Israeli civilians to be internally displaced since the creation of Israel in 1948. Israel says that whatever it is doing now is to protect its civilians from Hezbollah. And what we're seeing in the last couple of days is, Krishna, that there's been a whole switch of the focus of the Israeli military from the southern borders towards the northern borders. Now, what we saw against Hamas in Gaza, that operation is called Iron Swords. That's winding down now. Hamas's combat potential is significantly degraded. And now the entire weight of the Israeli ground forces is towards southern Lebanon, across the international border there. And what we're seeing right now are literally the opening salvos of this ground offensive. Ground offensives are usually preceded by massive artillery barrages. And sorry, yes, Krishna, I have to take a break here.
Right, Sandeep Punithan there joining us with that live update on the phone line straight from Israel. He is exactly where the security forces are clearing away people. That's the latest from Israel.